On today's Bring Your Own Handle, we have the Shuangrong SR018. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back. Last month I think it was, or earlier this month, you may recall I reviewed this UK friendly slip joint knife. I ordered it at exactly the same time as another knife, and that other knife has finally arrived. And here it is. It's a really odd looking little knife from Shuangrong. This is the SR018, and once again, as most Shuangrongs, it is a budget end of budget knife. This is what they call a little EDC fixed blade. So let's just get it out of the this little pouch here. There it is. A really odd looking little knife. Very strange little thing. Don't quite know what to make of it really, guys, but let's just take a closer look at it, shall we? Okay, so basically this is all you get. Very strange thing. It's fairly thick stock, Tanto style blade. We have quite a large wedge at the top here on both sides. We have a sharpened edge here, slightly curved sharpened edge. I think it's flat grind. Don't think it's a convex grind on there. You can see the grind lines in here. Quite a nice shiny grind to it, as you can see, look on the edge there. It would have been a bit sharper just here. You might be able to see that, guys, but I did actually drop this on some concrete today, so that's taking the edge off this part really nicely. I do apologise about that one. And then we have a large hole here, and a smaller hole just here, and I imagine you could use that for a lanyard. Put a lanyard through there to make the thing easier to hold. We've got some very aggressive and large jimping here. I'm not really sure how on earth we're supposed to hold this thing. I have been holding it like this. I dare say if you had a lanyard on it you could hold it like this, but without a lanyard it's really weird. I'll say this is the best way I've found to hold it. You put your thumb on the jimping just here like that, and then it's ish comfortable-ish to use. We'll give it a go in a minute, but first let's just check out the dimensions. So overall length on this thing is 120 millimeters. The height from here to here is 37 millimeters. Cutting edge on this particular edge here is 41 mil. The secondary cutting edge is 35 millimeters here. The stock thickness is 5 millimeters, and that does actually taper down at the end here to about 1.8 millimeters, so it's a fairly thick piece of material here. This whole diameter here is 24 millimeters. Looking at it, it is actually a concave grind here and here. I think it's flattish just here, but it's certainly concave here and here anyway, guys. What's it like on the scales? 3 3/8 of an ounce, or 94 grams. You get it with this little basic nylon pouch here, a little bit padded. It's not too bad at all. You've got a belt loop here. It's not MOLLE compatible, just an ordinary belt loop, and it's Velcro fastened here. Although it's a little bit odd, to be honest with you, because once it's in there, if you're not careful, there's not really a great deal holding it in. I can't really see the point in that. I think you'd have to somehow or another try and feed that up through there. That might help somewhat. Not a great deal though, it's still a bit on the loose side of things. And it makes it difficult to get out then. I think it would probably been better, and now we're all tangled up. Okay, right, I think it might have been better if this had been put on at a slight angle like this, because then it could come round and attach like that. This is probably a little bit better for it, a little bit more secure. We only need a gentle push there and it's away again. So the little sheath you get with it maybe not, so we'll just chuck that over there for the time being and take a look at the knife. So handling wise, as I say, it's a little bit odd to get hold of. I mean, I've got large hands. Take a large or extra large glove. You can actually get hold of it like this here. There's not quite a little finger choil there, but it's not far off of being one. What would it be like with a lanyard on it, I wonder? Okay, let's give it a go then. You can get a little bit more of a hold of it. Alright, so yeah, I don't know, it sort of pivots a bit, twists around and you can't really get hold of it. I'm still more comfortable holding it like this, so it is a little bit better with the lanyard on it. I wonder what it'd be like with if we was to knock up a bit of a handle for it then. Okay, so you'd have to get somebody who knew what they were doing carpentry wise, woodwork. This is just something I threw together in the workshop earlier on, which is how I managed to damage the end of the blade here by dropping it onto my concrete workshop floor there. If this was fitted properly, this would make the knife a lot better. You can see it's still loose in here, but you know, I'm nothing of a carpenter, unlike my late father, who was a very good carpenter, and he could have made the handle for this very nicely. This is quite nice actually, like this. Much nicer to hold it. As I say, if it was a nice fit in there, screwed in properly and fitted nicely, it would make a very good little knife like this. But anyway, getting back to the knife itself. As I say, I have to hold it like this here. This is the best way I can find to do it. This isn't very good at all. It's quite uncomfortable actually, but this is the way I prefer to use it. What about reverse grip? Is there any such thing as reverse grip with this? No, there isn't. No, there's no reverse grip with this thing. What material is it made from? 5CR13 MOV, apparently, according to the GearBest website, which is where I purchased this from, along with the other little knife there, the little UK friendly folder there. This isn't very UK friendly. You certainly couldn't EDC this in the UK because it'd be classed as an offensive weapon. I mean, how dangerous do you think this could be? Probably not all that much. Maybe you could shave somebody with it, you know, take off their whiskers or something, but I don't really think it's a particularly very good defensive weapon. I don't know what you could use this for actually. It's the weirdest thing ever. I mean, look at the design. It's a nice looking design, but it's just a little bit odd. I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with it, but let's say we can hold it like this here. I think what we ought to do is get Bob the Bitzer Bag's opinion, shall we? Alright then, so here's Bob the Bitzer Bag. I've got some paper and some cardboard. It'll be interesting to see what its cuts like, because I haven't really tried it yet, and I did drop it on the workshop floor and took the edge off of this blade. I've tried to resharpen it a little bit, but I'm not going to go too mad with it. Let's try with some paper here, shall we, guys? Yeah, I think it would have been alright had I not dropped it on the floor, because I can feel it hanging up just about there. It hangs up nicely just there where it hit the deck, so there must be it would have been quite nice. What about the secondary cutting edge? What's that like? That's a lot sharper. Look at that. That's a beautiful cut, is that? Not bad at all, that. Seen better probably, but let's get the paper over there. Try some cardboard. Yep. Chops its way through cardboard extremely nicely. It's not very good at stabbing though. I think it's because it's too thick for that. Over there it goes. How well does it play with cheapo rope? Let's have a look. We've got about 4 strands of it here. Get it in there. Oh, it's big. Blimey. Do I need a bigger loop? Yes, I do. God, blimey. Right, and here we go. Try cheapo rope. See if we can cut rope with it. Yeah, it's done it, apart from a little bit at the end there. But yes, it's done it quite nicely. Moving along to speaker style cable here. Try that. Copper strands in here. Oh blimey, we're going to need a bigger loop again. Such a great big blade. Right. Yeah, it cuts to that quite nicely. 32020 then. Get a largish loop of that going. Bigger than that, I think. There we go. It's quite a large blade, is this? Try it. Have I got enough to get hold of? Well, apparently so. It cuts through that very easily, actually, guys. Mule, the tapeworm as I call it, or mule tape, as sent in by my good friend Trader Joe. Thank you very much, Trader Joe, for sending this in. This is odd stuff, because if the blade isn't that sharp, it will slip off of it, so I've discovered. Let's give it a go. Yeah, it's slipping off a little bit, but then again, it's got a very, very short... it does cut it a little bit, look, guys, but then it has got a very, very short cutting edge on here, so it took 2 goes at it. What about a fairly hefty zip tie, or at least the zip tie offcut? Let's cut a bit off there, look. There we go. Will it cut it in half though? Let's have a look. It's a job to get hold of the zip tie and the little SR018, but God, blimey, it's difficult, proving difficult. It's made a little bit of an effort at it. Getting there. Yeah, it's difficult because it slips off. It's such a little short blade. Anyway, let's get the old chopping block in. We'll start with the cheapo rope, I think. It's just got you know, short little flat grind here. We'll have to take it to the corner. Yeah, it's not exactly exploding it, but it does kind of cut it. Even on that corner I've dropped it on, it cuts it. Okay, try the 32020. Oh, it cuts through that very easily, look, guys. What about the yep, very easy. There's the old speaker style cable then. Yep, that's quite sharp. I'd say it'd been better if I hadn't have dropped it. Let's have a look at the old mule tape then, see what it can do with that. I'm going to use the front edge here. Blimey, crikey, it cut through that easy. Be careful with that one then. Try the yeah, I think the trouble with there is because where I've dropped it, it's just ragged it a little bit, to be honest with you guys. I've got a little bit of pipe left. Try that. Oh, it's flattened it. Okay. Yep, it flattens it more than anything. It pings it a bit though. There it goes. What about the front edge? Yeah, I think it's because it's such a great wide, you know, grind here. It's not very fine at all on the edges here, so it's not exactly pinging it. But if it wasn't for me dropping it, I'd have to say it was a very good factory grind on here, guys. Okay then, so what a strange knife. I purchased this with my own money from GearBest. I'll put you an affiliate link down below if you want one in your collection. There's no markings on it at all. It's supposed to come from Shuangrong, but there's no SR or anything, any markings at all on the knife that I can see. It is finished in this very nice black wash finish, which is something I quite like. I do like a nice stone wash or black wash finish like this. This is quite nice. Yeah, it's odd to say the least. I don't know, it's all that comfortable to hold. My hand feels a little odd after doing the cutting test there. It's what would you say about it? What do you guys think of it? Are you interested in getting one? What do you think? I purchased it for my collection of knives, my collection of Shuangrong knives, which I have quite a few now. It's solid, it's heavy, it appears to be quite well made, it's well ground. There are a few sharpish corners to it around the edges here. I think you might have to take those off. I don't know if it's been tumbled to take the edges off it or not, but it's yeah, what can you say about it? I don't know really. I mean, even with a lanyard on the end here, it's still a bit weird. Yeah, I'm a bit lost for words with it really, guys. I don't know what to say. The design's interesting. The design's interesting. I don't know if it's a rip-off of somebody else's design or whether it's a Shuangrong original. If you know, please let me know in the comments down below. Please let me know what you think of the knife. Will you be purchasing one after watching this? I don't know. it's interesting to say the least. I like the design. I like the gym pin here. I'm not sure what he'd used. I suppose this is supposed to be to put your finger through, but I've tried it even with a lanyard on, and it just sort of twists about on the lanyard. It's not very comfortable at all. We've tried a bit of a handle on there, something that I knocked up in the workshop earlier today. It does make it that little bit more comfortable to use, I have to say. But as I say, if you had a handle fitted to it properly by somebody who knew what they were doing, then yeah, I think it might change the whole ambience of the knife, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's a really strange knife. A very odd thing. Yeah, what to make of it, eh guys? What do you think? Please let me know. Yes, an interesting design then, guys. What to do with it? I say you get this little sheath with it, which I don't know the benefits of having a sheath with it at all, because as we've seen, it can easily slip out of the sheath. I quite like it. It caught my eye on GearBest, and I thought, yes, I'm going to have one of those. I want one for my collection, and here it is. But yeah, please let me know what you think. Alright then guys, well thanks for popping over and taking a look at this strange little beastie here. I do hope you'll pop round again, and I'll catch you later.